Greetings and welcome to your astrology reading. Today is December 17th, 2019, and this is the first natal chart reading for Gracie, part 1. So for part 1, I always like to begin in a meditative moment together. So as you begin to press play on the video, where I am right now and where you're at when you're watching this video, we're starting this reading, starting to offer this reading and starting to receive this reading from the same place of grounded connection. So I always recommend receiving your reading in a meditative environment or a meditative space, a quiet, reflective space. You might want to gather your journal, and hopefully you had an opportunity to print out your chart and label all the glyphs that you see there using the key. And I definitely recommend this, even if you can't print the chart and you're looking at it digitally. Maybe take the journal and make note of what's what, just journaling out the names of all the planets and connecting with the signs where you see that there's planets in the signs, just kind of connecting with the names there. So this is really going to help to orient your awareness around your chart so that you can follow along as we go through the reading. So with all that, you might want to take time to pause the video and get ready, and then you're going to find yourself back here taking a tall, comfortable seat and allow your eyes to close, bringing your awareness within. Just take a deep breath out, cleansing breath out through the mouth, and a full deep breath in. One more exhale, cleansing, sighing out, sending your awareness down to the hips, feeling the contact of the hips and the support beneath you. Calling in awareness to the energy of earth, feeling the support beneath you as earth. You could imagine taproots reaching out from the base of the spine, from your seat. So really feel into the connection of yourself sitting here in this place on earth. It is from our place, our home here on earth, that we are able to perceive the night sky as we do. We begin right here, grounding, connecting in gratitude for the support of the earth. And now calling in the energy of water. Water bringing nourishment and life to the earth and to our planet. You might visualize the vast ocean in front of you, connecting to the vast horizon and the great depths of the ocean. Breathing in gratitude for your connection to the living waters. Calling in the energy and the element of fire, the warmth of the sun, the warmth radiating off of a bonfire. You can remember the feeling of the sun warming your skin. And gratitude to the element of fire for its illumination and transformation in our life. Calling in and connecting to the element of air. Connecting with the air flowing on your breath. And as as you expand your awareness to the element of air in the sky, expand your awareness to the space above, connecting with the element of ether, the most subtle element of space. From this grounded place of your seat, perceive the distance between, the space between you and the sun, the space between you and the moon, the space between you and all the planets and stars, and breathe in that space. Connecting through your awareness to this vast, expansive space that is the above, the heavens. Breathing that space in on your inhale, and as you exhale, send your awareness back down to your roots and connection to the earth. Take as long as you like to breathe in this way, breathing in the space, the vastness of the above, breathing out to surrender and ground back down with the feeling of support beneath you. You'll observe the connection, the bridge between the heavens and the earth is at your center, within you. So we'll begin our reading from here. So when we connect with the elements in this way, us as earth-dwelling beings become the bridge between the heavens and the earth. Astrology is born out of humans being seekers, humans being here on earth and looking to the sky above with a curiosity, a longing, an inner knowing of our purpose, and asking the question, why are we here? And looking to the stars for the answers to that question. So when we look at an astrology chart, we are looking at a map of the sky as perceived from our perspective here on Earth. So we know the sun is the center of the universe, or the center of our galaxy. But astrology is really, the astrology I practice is earth-based. We are here on Earth, so at times I talk about us being the center, and of course we know that we're not actually in the center of the universe, but from our perspective in our astrological purposes, we're feeling into this map of the sky with us being the center. So there's actually a mark or a symbol for the Earth, which is the very center of the chart. There's an X in the center, and that represents you on Earth at the time that you were born. The rest is the map of the sky. So in this first part video, I just want to quickly talk sun, moon, and rising. Pisces sun, Libra moon, and Capricorn rising. So I usually talk the least about the sun in one's reading, because when someone comes to an astrology reading, there's usually at least one thing that they know about their chart, and that is the sun sign. So most of your life, what sign are you? Pisces. Pisces is the place where the sun was at the time that you were born. The sun was in conjunction with the constellation of Pisces in the sky. So Pisces is the overarching energy of the chart. When we read the sun sign, I read the sun sign as the general flair of personality to the whole chart. Because, as I have just said, the sun is the center. The sun touches everything in our universe. We only see the moon because we're seeing sunlight reflecting off the moon back to us. We see Venus and Mars and the other planets we can see with the naked eye. What we're seeing is sunlight reflected off that planet back to us. So sun touches everything and gives a general flair to the personality of your chart. So in your whole chart, there's this flair of loving, compassion, and dreaminess. Pisces is the 12th sign. Pisces is a water sign, the mutable water sign. There's 3 types, mutable being one type. And so the mutable water sign, the most fluid. I think of Pisces as the deep ocean. Pisces is very connected to the heart space. The heart behind the heart, that depth, that deep place within each one of us. So Pisces is innately very connected to the feeling of being a soul being. You know, some people walk around life very identified in the body and think, well, this is who I am. I'm Megan and I'm 5'5" and this is me. A Pisces person is going to be from a very young age and all throughout their life deeper in connection to being a soul being here on earth, being a person who's led from the space of their heart more often than the space of the head. Pisces is the compassion that connects us all together. As Pisces being the 12th sign, it's said that they are the wisest and oldest souls of the zodiac. Now, I'll get more into this later, but you are Pisces sun. You are also the whole zodiac. This is your natal chart. There's no sign missing from your chart, but where we have the planets, like where you have the sun, it illuminates. It gives a solar flare. And you think about the sun sign also as, you know, who you are by the light of the sun. So when the sun is out and it's time to go out and interact with the world and you're shining, that's what the sun is, it's shining. You're shining this particular part of your personality to the world, and most often people will perceive you through this sun sign, the sun flare of your personality. And for you, this is this very dreamy, intuitive, compassionate, watery, interested in the mystical, the magical, the spiritual. Pisces are so connected to dream time. It's very important for Pisces people to dream a lot. So they're daydreaming throughout the day, and that's great. I think it's so essential. It's actually vital for a Pisces person to be able to tap into their dream space and really be present with it, because whether a Pisces person knows it or not, they're dreaming all the time. Whenever you're out and about in daily life, these, kind of connections are happening in that deep, watery space of the subconscious dream time. So it's important for a Pisces person to have a routine where you would say, okay, I'm going to take these 30 minutes and allow myself to go into timeless space, meditative space, dream space, yoga nidra space, and then I'm going to re-emerge. The emergence is really important, that you give yourself a container for that dreamy, timeless space. You enter into this time of dreaming, go there. I was saying beginning, middle, and end. That's the structure. So I'm going to begin by setting the timer. The middle is when I just go into timeless space, allow myself to dream. And the end is when the timer goes off. I journal down a couple things that came up for me, or maybe not. Maybe you draw it out, or some process that's part of the conclusion, and then ending that time so that you may re-emerge back into the outer world and be in, it's like re-entering reality. Pisces have their own reality, and it's important that there's a boundary. That boundary is established so that we can go into dreamy space and then re-enter. Like if there's no boundary there and you're just in this timeless dream state, and then you just are like, just daydreaming, and then you run off to do the next thing, and there's a bunch of people around you, what's going to end up happening is you're going to collect all of their subconscious stuff too, because you didn't close off and kind of set the intention to say, okay, I'm going to return to my dream state later, but right now I'm going to show up. So didn't expect to talk so much about Pisces, but that needed to come out. So that's a 15-minute. I'm going to go ahead and pause and begin your next part 2.